If you're constantly worried about money, your brain is not operating at full capacity. Not because you're lazy, not because you're not smart enough, because financial stress is literally changing how your brain works. And once you see this, everything about money starts to make sense. Most financial advice starts too late. It talks about investing, while most people are here. Zero. Not on the way. Not building slowly. Zero. Every week is a countdown. Rent, groceries, and that one thing you're hoping doesn't break this month. And then it does. Car repair, medical bill, broken fridge, gone. But here's what that moment actually costs you. It's not the money. Research published in Science found something most people never hear. Financial scarcity doesn't just hurt your bank account, it hijacks your brain. The mental load of not having enough can drop your cognitive performance by the equivalent of around 10 to 13 IQ points. Think about that. You're not making worse decisions because you're incapable. You're making worse decisions because your brain is overloaded trying to survive. And here's the trap most people never see. The one thing that gets you out, long-term thinking, is the exact thing being taken from you. So the first move isn't financial, it's cognitive. You need to buy your brain back. And it starts simpler than you think. Not with a perfect plan, with a buffer. For some people, that's $1,000. For others, $5,000. Or $20,000. The number isn't the point. The function is. This is your cognitive floor. The point where small problems stop becoming emergencies. The fridge breaks, you fix it. Car needs work, handled. And for the first time in a long time, your mind goes quiet. Same income, same intelligence, better decisions. Because the pressure is gone. But here's where most people get stuck. Every extra dollar feels spendable. Every small win gets absorbed. The gap never forms. And without the gap, you never escape. So here's the first real move. Before investing, before anything else, protect the gap. The gap equals what you earn minus what you spend. Start simple. Save 10 to 20% of your income. Automate it. Treat it like a bill, not a choice. Because if you don't protect the gap, nothing else works. Now something changes. $20,000 to $100,000. Not just financially, mentally. You stop thinking about what might go wrong and start thinking about what could work. That's a different operating system. Investing becomes real here. Not because you suddenly got smarter, because you finally have the space to think. And then something important happens. You see your money make money. $20,000 at approximately 7%, about $1,400 a year. Some years higher, some years lower, because markets move. But that's the point. You're now in the system. And once you see it working, you stop doubting it. That moment is what keeps people going when progress feels slow. Now here's where people quietly lose momentum. $100,000 to $300,000. Not because they fail, because life gets comfortable. Upgrades start. Better car, better lifestyle, small rewards. Individually, harmless. Together, expensive. This is lifestyle creep. And it doesn't feel like a mistake until your investment rate drops. So ask yourself this. If your income increased last year, did your investments increase too? Or did your lifestyle? That answer decides everything. Now the game changes again. $300,000 to $500,000. The numbers start working with you. $400,000 at approximately 8%, about $32,000 a year. Not guaranteed, not smooth, but real. You now have a second engine. And this is where identity shifts. You stop asking, "Can I afford this?" and start asking, "What does this cost my future?" That one question changes everything, because now every decision has direction. Then comes the flip. $500,000 to $1 million. This is where compounding becomes obvious. $500,000 to approximately $40,000. $750,000 to approximately $60,000. $1 million to approximately $80,000. Some years more, some years less. But now it's visible. Your money is doing serious work. And real options appear. Less pressure, more flexibility, faster growth. But here's something most people don't expect. At $1 million, most people don't feel rich. They feel close. Because the goalpost moves. It always does. Which means the real problem was never just money. It was direction. If you don't define what enough means, you never arrive. So zoom out for a second. 0. Build a buffer $20,000. Prove the system $100,000. Protect the gap $300,000. Think long-term $500,000. Let compounding work. Different stages, same rule. Protect the gap. So forget everything else. Here's your move this week. Track your income. Track your spending. Set a fixed saving rate. Automate it. That's it. Because the moment you control the gap, you stop reacting to money and start building it. If this changed how you see things, subscribe and tell me one thing. Where are you right now?